Hi there, my name is Shannon Krajewski and I'm one of the Vision Resource Center ambassadors. This is a video tutorial about setting up email digests in the Vision Resource Center. This video tutorial will cover the following. What is an email digest and why is it important? We'll show a sample of an email digest being used in one district. We'll show a step-by-step of how to set up an email digest, including some fun tricks. We'll show the related trigger emails you'll want to set up that will help drive engagement in your Vision Resource Center communities. And we'll show one more way to use Email Digest, which is to remind people of training that is due. First, let's talk about what Email Digest is. Email Digest is an email that automatically sends a summary of information on a regular, like a daily interval. In this case, it's an email sent to the members of a community to let them know that a post has been added to their community. Before your college was fully integrated into the Vision Resource Center, there was a default email digest set up that you may have received. It went only to employees of non-integrated colleges. Once you integrate, though, you get to set up these custom emails from your college or district. Here's what the email digest looks like for the district where I work, Los Angeles Community College District. This is just an example. You can set yours to look however you'd like. Email digest is really important to set up for your college or district. People join communities in the Vision Resource Center because they're interested in that community, but it's hard to remember to manually go into the Vision Resource Center. Email digests are a great reminder to go in and engage with the community. The communities are only as strong as the engagement of their members. Email digests are a critical way to drive this engagement. For example, there are two communities of which you should be a member. The first is the College System Admins community, where all of us who have administrative rights in the Vision Resource Center share ideas, ask questions, or troubleshoot. The other is the Professional Development Practitioners community, which is a collection of all of those of us in the California Community College system who have any role related to professional development. These communities are a wealth of information and connection, but we get so busy we need a reminder to get in there and see what people are sharing and asking. Turning on Email Digest will help you stay in the loop on these two key communities, as well as all the others you have joined. If you don't have Email Digest set up, group members will feel out of the loop. If you're using communities for campus information and announcements, Email Digest is the only way to push that information out to employees via email in an automated way. Maybe you're thinking, I'm not really sure I want to turn this on. What if people get too many emails? Remember, these are communities they chose to join. Of course they want to know what's happening. I've had Email Digest turned on for more than a year in our 9-college district and have received not one single complaint. Also, remember this email does not send for every single response to a post, just for brand new posts. If someone gets annoyed with these emails, they can unfollow or leave the community, or create a rule in Outlook to direct these emails to a folder. Okay, enough of the sales pitch. I'm assuming that you're ready to do this, so let's walk through it. Go to Admin, Tools, Core Functions, then Email Digest Management. So let me first show you the email digest I have set up for LACCD so you can see an example. Most of these fields are straightforward and familiar. The digest title is what you'll see in the system, so you might want to name it for your college or your district. You'll add the to and from email addresses, and the subject is what your recipients will see in the subject line of the email. You'll set this for daily. Remember, it will only send to members when there has been a new post in the communities for which they are a member. Then just choose the time of day that you think will be most useful for your employees. Admin visibility. You'll want to put yourself and, if applicable, other college admins who would need to edit this email or settings. Availability. This is where you will select who will actually receive this email. When you're first setting this up, you may want to just add yourself and perhaps a few trusted colleagues who will give you some feedback. A side note here, the only challenge in testing these emails is that they only fire when there is a post in a community. So unless you're a member of a very active community that posts every day, you'll be stuck waiting to see what this email looks like until there's a post. So while testing this, you may want to create a new test community that only has yourself and a few of those trusted colleagues as testers. However, these email digests are pretty benign, so that's not completely necessary. Plus, you're closely following all of these directions, so you'll be fine. Okay, next we're going to look at each section of the email. For ours, we built one standard section just for the header image. You can add an image if you want. It's not necessary. You may not want an image if you think it will cause spam filters on your campus to trigger. Perhaps test and work with your IT to ensure that your emails are getting through spam filters. You want to make sure the emails from your from address are whitelisted anyway. The next standard section has an introductory paragraph. You want to let people know that these emails are from communities they joined. I will drop all of this language in the comments of this video for you to copy and edit as needed. You can see here I have used the recipient first name tag. The tags that you can use are listed in the pop-out here. You'll also notice that these fancy brackets are around the tag. These are needed in the email digest or the tags won't work. This threw me off at first as I hadn't seen them elsewhere in the Vision Resource Center, but for whatever reason, they're needed here. The next section is community postings. In this section, you'll select the send to recipients. For this, we're sending to community members and community moderator. Let's look at the body of the email. You'll use several tags here to build out the email body. Again, you'll need the brackets here too. I'll post the language from ours in the video comments for you to copy. And we've got one more standard section here with the last bit of info telling them a bit about what to do with the information in this email. And here's a preview of the whole email. Here's what it looks like in the Vision Resource Center. And then here's what it looks like to the recipient. So that's a sample, but let's build one. To start, go to Admin, Tools, Core Functions, Email Digest Management. Select Create Email Digest. The digest title is what you'll see in the system, so you may want to name it for your college or district. You'll add the to and the from addresses. Skip the CC. And the subject of the email is what the recipients will see in the subject line when they receive the email. You'll set this for daily, and you'll choose a time of day that you think will be most useful for your employees. For admin visibility, you'll want to put in yourself and, if applicable, any other college admins who would need to edit this email or settings. For availability, this is where you'll select who will actually receive the email. So because we're first setting this up, I'm just going to add myself, but you can add yourself and a few trusted colleagues who will help you test this and give feedback. Okay, so next you're going to build each section of the email. So click Add Section. Let's create a standard section for our introductory message. So click the standard section and click Edit Body. This standard section is an introductory paragraph. You want to let people know that these emails are from communities they joined. Let's look at the tags we can use in this section. The tags are different for each section, as you'll see. It's really limited here for this section, and you'll notice those brackets are included as part of the tag, so be sure to copy and paste those brackets too. I'm just going to drop in the language we used from our LACCD email here. But you can write whatever you think is useful for your employees. So one trick here, I'll show you how to add a link. You're just going to highlight the words that you want to hyperlink. Should be pretty standard for most of you, but maybe this is new. And you'll drop your link here into the URL, I always like to make a new window as a target, which will mean that it will open the link in a new window, and click OK, and you've got a hyperlink. We'll click Done here to save the work in this section. The next section we'll make is the community posting section. Click Add Section and then Community Postings. In this section, you'll select the Send to Recipients. Go to Select Relation and select Community Members and click Add. Then select Relation and click Community Moderator and Add. Because you want to make sure the moderators of the communities are also getting notifications that there are new posts in their communities. Now click Edit Body. Let's look at the tags available in this section. You'll use several tags here to build out the email body. Again, make sure you include the brackets here too. To make sure the email is set correctly, you'll need to include the list begin and list end tags. I've pasted our LACCD language here so you can see how we set it up. One trick here, here's how to use a tag as a hyperlink. This is a great way to keep those long and often not accessible URLs out of your emails. Let's say you want to have a link that they can click on that's the community posting title. If you just drop the tag, it's going to drop a long URL. But if you drop in the tag and you highlight it, and then you click on the link button, you put the tag itself into the URL. Pretty slick. So you can do this with any tags that you want to actually have someone linked to, even in other places in the Vision Resource Center. Okay, so we have that link all set. And know that if you don't add any links to these email digests, the email won't have any links. So that's not really user-friendly. People don't want to get an email that they can't do anything with. So don't link everything either. Be selective. What's the best thing to link? In this case, it's probably the title of the post. You can always preview your work as well. And then click Done to save your work in this section. So we'll add one more standard section here with the last bit of info, telling them a bit about what to do with the information in this email. So we've added this section and we'll edit the body. I'm going to paste our language in here again. If you're wondering how to make this horizontal line at the top, you'll just use it with this button here, the horizontal rule button. I like using it to give a visual break. You may want to drop a link here too, perhaps using your single sign-on for your college or district, and then again click Done to close this section. And we'll preview this email so we can see what it would look like, see if we like how it's going to be. Maybe it's ready for test, and we'll go ahead and click Save. Okay, so now we're going to show you a few additional trigger emails that you should activate. These are all under New Connect, and they are Knowledge Bank Communities Reply, both for the author and members following posts, and Knowledge Bank Communities New Posting Created for the moderators. Okay, let's take a look. Go to Admin, Emails. Under Select Email Action Type, select New Connect and search. Let's start with Knowledge Bank Communities Reply. I have two set up here, one for the author and one for the follower. Let's look at the author one. This email will send to the author of a community post anytime someone replies to their post. Remember that the email digest only sends a notification when there's a brand new post, not anytime there is a reply. So the assumption behind this author email is that if someone takes the time to write a post, They want to know when there are replies. So let's look at this email. You click the envelope to create a new email, but I'll just show you what we have set up. So I titled it for our district. It's a notification email. I've selected author here from the drop-down, and I've made it available to our whole district. Of course, only the author will get the email, not the whole district. And in the subject line here, I've used some tags to say so-and-so person replied to your community post titled X. Now, here, the tags don't need those brackets. I've only seen that in Email Digest. So then we've got an image here, we've got some language with tags and a link to view the post. I'll post this language in the comments of this video for you to see. Now let's look at the Knowledge Bank community reply for followers. So this is an email that will send if anyone has chosen to follow a post or follow the topic folder that the post is in or the community that the post is in. So let's just show you where someone would do this so you understand who would get this email. So let's look at the professional development practitioners community. All right, I've already joined this community, but if I really want to know everything that happens here, I can select under options to follow the community. That means if the email triggers are turned on, I will get an email anytime a post is added or a reply is posted in any topic folder in this community. Or maybe I don't want to follow the whole community, but rather a specific topic. Maybe I really care about recommended facilitators. I can follow the topic. Now I'll get an email, if it's turned on, every time someone posts or replies to a post in this topic. Or maybe I'm just really interested in a specific post that someone else wrote. Because remember, if it's my post, I will get the email trigger as the author of the post. We just set that one up. So let's say I really care about this post. I can open the post and follow the discussion. So if someone really cares to follow these communities and posts, you want to make sure that they're getting the emails, right? Okay, so back to this trigger email. Again, it's under admin emails and then new connect and Knowledge Bank communities reply. We would click the envelope to make a new email, but I'll just show you again what we have set up for followers here. And we'll title this to make sure we know it's posts that are being followed. It's also a notification, and we'll select follower and add and we'll make it available to everyone. You'll craft a useful subject here, possibly using tags. And then here's the body of the email with a link to the post. You can see here again, I've used the tag in the URL spot here. So that's the email for followers. The last email to create is the Knowledge Bank community's new posting created. And this is for moderators in this case. Let's show you what we have here. Community moderators who are at integrated colleges won't get this email unless you set it up. And this will let them know when a new post is put into the community that they moderate. Yes, they'll get the email digest too, but these triggers fire right when the post is posted. The moderator will probably want to know there's a post right away so they can view it, like it, and even respond as needed. They may not want to wait until the next email digest comes out. So this one is under New Connect. Again, it's called Knowledge Bank Communities New Postings Created. And here's what we have set up. We've titled this one for our district and called it Moderator Notification of New Community Post. It's a notification and it's just to the community moderator. Again, it's available to everyone. Our subject has a tag in it here too. indicating the community title, and here's the body of that email, again with a link to the post. Okay, so these are the 3 quick email triggers to set up. They can all basically have the similar wording. It may seem like a lot, but it actually doesn't take too long to do. Okay, so one last thing here, looking back to the email digest. Some of our colleges, especially those using the Vision Resource Center for required or mandatory trainings, are using email digest as a way to automatically send emails about training that employees have due. So again, you'll go to admin, tools, and core functions, and then email digest. And you'll create new, and you'll follow the same as the other email digest. I will walk you through the sample that we have set up. You'll want to select this daily, so it runs every day. As with the other digest, it will only send when the criteria for the email is met. You'll set your availabilities here. Mine is only sending to me because we're not using this one yet in our district. Like the other digest, you may want an introductory standards section. Here's what our section looks like. We've got one for an image and another for the introductory piece. But the key section here is training due. So in this example I'm showing, I have a section that's for training that is overdue by 3 days. You'll see it set to 3 days after, which is 3 days after the training is due. The email is sending to the trainee and the manager. And because it's going to the manager, I'm going to make sure that the trainee's name is the person whom I'm sending the training is assigned, so the manager doesn't think that the email is coming in about their own training being overdue. So it says here, the following training assigned to so-and-so is now overdue. So both the trainee and the manager will get this email. Then I have one section for training due today. This is set for 1 day before, because depending on exactly the time of day that the assigned training is set to be due, it can end up sending late or not at all. So we found that 1 day prior is best for this. Again, it will only fire if someone has a training due the next day. I'm sending this one to the trainee and the manager. You'll enter those settings and then edit the body of the email. And again, we've included the trainee's first name and last name, highlighted that it's due today and the due date. Then you can add as many sections as you want here for each number of days away from the training. I've set one here for 7 days before and 14 days before. These are only going to go to the trainee because they're just reminders. And again, these emails will... So these emails are only going to send to employees who have training due on these specific intervals, which is why you want it set daily. So here's what we've covered in this tutorial. I'll post all of the language and HTML in the comments of this video for you to copy and edit as you need. And remember that we're always here to help. If you have any questions or need support to implement this or anything else in the Vision Resource Center, visit the College System Admins community for links to weekly office hours, training curriculum, the peer admin guide, and much more. Thanks.